ओम शांति। So Bab Dada explains the ways of being liberated from making effort, that is having to labor. So Baba reminds us that you are the children of the Almighty Authority, and being my children, if you have to labor, that it's not liked by the Father. That's why Baba says, just be lost in Baba's love, just be absorbed in Baba's love. So then you don't have to labor in any aspect, because Baba is ever present to support us. To the extent we have that love for the Father, Baba also has the same love for his children. All the qualities of the Supreme Soul, Shiv Baba comes and he has made children experience those qualities by choosing the corporeal medium, that is Brahma Baba. So Baba did every action and he had showed to us. So we read Baba's Murli and how much Baba loves his children. That's why Baba says Baba is the ocean of love. So we must also become like the Father. Why do you have to labor? You have the entire knowledge in your intellects. Of course, you have the faith. We must become an embodiment of whatever we hear. But when practically we have to do, then there is a percentage. That's why Baba tells, always be an authority of an experience. So when you become an embodiment of experience, you will be able to enable others. Because whatever we heard, we may forget. Whatever we see, we may forget. But Baba says whatever we experience, that can't be forgotten. So Baba says whatever experiences we have from Baba, that becomes our responsibility, and we have to enable other souls experience those. So let's listen to Baba's Murli, and the date is 10th May 2026 and the revised date is 30th January 2010. Be an embodiment of the experience of self-respect in all four subjects and use the authority of your experience. Where Baba gives us different self-respects, because we receive all the we receive that self-respect which can be practiced for all the 365 days. Just hearing and keeping it doesn't work in any way. Baba says we have to become an embodiment of that, where we can, then we become the authority of that experience. Baba says the experience is the greatest thing which will not enable you be deceived in any way. So today Bap Dada, the creator of the Brahmin world, is seeing his Brahmin world everywhere. Our world itself is different. Baba, he has created a different and the unique age for his children, neither the iron age nor the golden age. That is, the confluence age gives us the world where we are sustained by the Father. Each Brahmin is a special jewel, special soul in the whole Brahmin world. Even if the child stands very last, Baba says he is a special soul in the Brahmin world. You are one out of multi-millions because you have recognized the Father who has come in an ordinary body. So Baba says this is the biggest or the greatest speciality. Because we children are out of multi-millions, because we have recognized the Father who has come in an ordinary body. Bap Dada is giving love from his heart to you children who have merged him in your hearts. Baba's title is Dilaram. So Baba always gives his love. Just listen to the every version of Baba, then you will realize. For the Father, every child is extremely loved and loved by all. So all of you children have issued a challenge to all souls that you are those who have a yogi life. Every child is loved by the Father. We are not the ones who just try and have yoga for few hours. Baba says we are the ones who have that yogi life. Life is not about 4 to 8 hours. It's about for all the time. Those who always try to connect their intellects with Baba, they have to make that effort. But yogi's life, that is the natural life. A life is not just for 2 to 4 hours. A life is for all the time. So while walking and moving around and doing everything, you are constant yogis who have a yogi life. Whether you are sitting in yoga or doing any other work, you are karma yogis. The aim of your lives is to be a constant yogi. Do you experience your yogi life to be a natural life? Bab Dada is seeing the sparkling fortune. We have to check whether we have to make effort to have yoga or it's the natural. Do we remember Baba always, whether it's natural or should we make effort? So Bab Dada is seeing the sparkling fortune on the forehead of each child. What is he seeing? Each child of mine has self-respect and is a self-sovereign, that is the master of the self. Why? Where there is self-respect, there can't be body consciousness. From the beginning to the end until now, Bab Dada has given every child different types of self-respect. If you were to remember your self-respect now and continue to turn the beats of each point of self-respect, you would become an embodiment of many types of self-respect and become absorbed in that self-respect. However, even now, Bab Dada doesn't like one thing about children. Whatever he says, whatever he likes, he tells that children, you are good, and wherever we have to make some improvement or changes, Baba, that also lets us know. Do you know what's that? When some children say that they sometimes have to labor to stabilize themselves in their self-respect, that they actually wish to do this, but it sometimes takes them effort. The Almighty Authority Father can't bear to see the effort of the children, because where there is love, there is no labor. Where there is labor, there is the lack of love. If we are finding it difficult, then the love of the Father we lack. Because when there is that true love, then we will be able to do whatever the person wants. So in the same way, if we have true love for the Father, we will not make effort. Instead, it becomes natural. Today at Amrit Vela, Bab Dada toured around all the Brahmins everywhere in this land and abroad. But what did he see? Some children were sitting in their self-respect. They were thinking that they were seated on Bab Dada's heart throne. They were thinking this, and they were making effort to stabilize themselves in the self-respect. But what was the weakness that Baba saw? They remembered the self-respect, they were thinking about it, but the weakness that was seen was in being an embodiment of self-respect, in being an image of experience, and in being an embodiment of the authority of that experience. When you are seated on the Bab Dada's heart throne, once you are seated on that throne, you will not have to think. There are many authorities, but the greatest authority is the authority of the experience. And the Almighty Authority has given you the experience of self-respect. The authority of that self-respect, no one can experience. So they were making effort, but they didn't become the embodiments of experience. Bab Dada saw that while children sit, they even think about this, but sometimes some are embodiments of experience. In that experience, not even the slightest body consciousness of any type can pull you to itself. So to become an embodiment of experience, to become lost in the experience of being a karma yogi while acting is now a lot more essential. While performing actions, since our title is karma yogi, we have to have the balance of the yoga and karma. Baba says that's the necessity. So Baba says sometimes we become karma yogis, sometimes we are lost in the task. So become the experience of embodiment of experience. To become lost in the experience of being a karma yogi while acting is lot more essential. Stabilize yourself in that form in every situation, in every subject. Become the embodiment of experience. Whether it's the knowledge or yoga or dharana or service, become an embodiment of experience in all four subjects. Even Maya can't shake someone who is experienced. And this is why today Bab Dada wants to see all of you children as embodiments of experience. There is a difference between hearing and thinking about it, but in being an embodiment of experience, whatever you think, whatever self-respect you want to experience, because that is the self-respect. So you must be able to stabilize yourself in that, become stable in being the embodiment of experience. No one can shake that experience because that's the self-respect. When you are an embodiment of self-respect, are stable in the experience of self-respect, there can't be any body consciousness there. Maya shakes you only when you are under the influence of body consciousness. So when we are stable in self-respect, the Maya cannot do anything, nor it can come near. For instance, when there is darkness, if you switch on the light, the darkness automatically disappears. You don't have to make effort to remove the darkness or chase it away. Do you think someone will chase it away? The moment you turn on the light, there will be the light and the darkness disappears automatically. Similarly, when you are seated on your seat of self-respect, the switch of experience is on, so no type of body consciousness can exist there. There are different types of body consciousness, and the Father has also given you different types of self-respect. You know about self-respect. Do you know? Baba has explained about different types of body consciousness. Sometimes we have the arrogance of our own intellect or the renunciation what we have made. So Baba says, So when we practice these self-respects, then we will be able to overcome. You know about self-respect, you make effort for it, because there is a difference between trying to make effort for that experience and being an embodiment of that experience. There is the margin of making effort. That doesn't mean that you are always stable. Once we have that experience, then there is no question of getting failed. So that's why you have to labor. So now, according to the time, at the time of you accomplishing your aim of becoming equal to the Father, Bab Dada doesn't like seeing you labor. Let each one of you check yourself. Do I have a karma yogi life? A life is natural and for all time. It's not just sometimes. Become an embodiment of experience. Have you accomplished the aim? Of course, the life is natural and it's always. So have you accomplished the aim that you have of a yogi life and become an image of experience? You yourself should constantly experience the sparkling light on your forehead. You yourself should be able to be stable in that experience. Become an embodiment of remembrance, not the one who has to have the remembrance, Baba says, but the one who is an embodiment of remembrance. The one who is making the effort is different. The second aspect, the second stage, that is the embodiment of remembrance. The proof of whether you are an embodiment of remembrance or not is that when you are an embodiment of experience of that remembrance, you will experience yourself to have that power while carrying out any task. The task may vary, but the stage of you becoming an embodiment of experience will not or shouldn't vary. So Baba says, when you are an embodiment of remembrance, you become an embodiment of power. It's not about the remembering your own form, but you are in the remembrance of Baba, which will enable you have that power. So your task becomes, you will be successful in the task that you carry. Though you do various tasks, but whatever is the experience that you did, that will be powerful. So today Bab Dada saw why you have to labor. Baba saw. Baba explains the reasons of the disease. Baba saw that you are number-wise according to your effort in becoming an embodiment of experience. Bab Dada has deep love in his heart for every child. He therefore can't bear to see anyone he loves having to labor. No matter what subject it is in which you may have to labor or use the word sometimes, the reason for it is that you lack being an embodiment of experience. You are an effort maker, but you haven't become an embodiment. Experience being an embodiment of experience of the self-respect in all the four subjects in a second, so that body consciousness can't come close to you. Baba says, 1 second you should become an embodiment. Just as darkness cannot remain in the face of light, you don't have to chase it away. It's natural. Where there is darkness, there is no light or a little light. So the greatest authority that is remembered is that of experience. Even if thousands of people try to change an experience, they cannot do that. All of you must have experienced sugar and know that it's sweet. How Baba gives an example. Just like all of you experienced sugar and you know what's the taste. Even if thousands of people tried to change your opinion, would they be able to do that? In any subject, If someone says it has a bitter taste, so do you accept? No, because you have experienced, so you will not believe. In any subject, whether knowledge, yoga, dharana, or service, out of any of the four, if you have to labor in any of them to finish something, to achieve success in the service that you do, to transform your nature in the subject of dharana, to remain unshakable in yoga, to experience a yogi life, if you have to labor or use the word sometimes, it means you haven't become an image of experience in that subject. How Baba explains the reasons for being weak in each subject. So Baba says, what's experienced, whatever subject you choose. So if you have to labor in any of the subjects, that means you haven't become an image of experience. Suppose, because when it comes to dharana, you have to change the nature and you find it very difficult. And to remain unshakable in yoga, to experience a yogi life, if you still have to labor or use the word sometimes, it means you haven't become an image of experience in that subject. An experience is not sometimes, it is one's natural nature. Did you hear what the reason is for having to labor? When you experience being seated on the seat of experience, when you experience being an embodiment of a blessing, do you have to labor at that time? No, it's a natural experience. And this is why, according to the time now, everything is going to happen suddenly. It's not going to tell you in advance before that it happens. There are games of the elements of nature taking place suddenly. It has already begun now. New things happen. Suddenly there was an earthquake. Suddenly there was an earthquake and hundreds of thousands of people died in a short time. Did they know the time? So Baba says, did they know whether they would be alive or not the next day? Many such accidents have begun to take place suddenly in different places. Collectively at the same time, etiquette is being clipped for many. So at such a time, are you ever ready? You will not say that you are still making effort, will you? Ever ready means whatever thought you have of a blessing or self-respect, you become an embodiment of that. So we must ask ourselves, am I ever ready? The reason for Mama being at the first position, because Mama always remembered this, every breath is the last breath. So that's why we have to pay attention. We feel that we have to live a long life. So we are making effort. Will you know? Everybody means whatever thought you have of a blessing and self-respect, you become an embodiment of that. And this is why Bab Dada is drawing your attention to this. Are you able to make any blessing fruitful and become experienced in the form of that blessing or self-respect? You will definitely have to become that. You may say, I'm trying. If you are going to try, do that from now, because this practice over a long period of time will help at that time. Baba says, first of all, have you become? Else you must become. Baba says you have to have the practice for a long period of time, then only that will help at the right time. whatever effort, whatever practice which we have to do, that has to happen for a long period of time. Then only that comes to our rescue at the end moment. If we try at that final moment, then we will not be successful. Don't become an effort maker, become experienced, because the Almighty Authority has given you the authority of experience. In the same way, you are not given this authority by an ordinary man. If someone gives authority to someone, they have the intoxication that they can just put across the signature everywhere, and they have that, they are proud of their authority. But here Almighty Authority has given us the self-respect, and we must have such intoxication in becoming an embodiment. So in the same way you are experienced in body consciousness, do you have to remember your body consciousness and think, I'm so and so? You have been given names for your bodies, so that's the body consciousness, isn't it? I'm so and so. Even if thousands of people tell that you are not that and you are this, they use a different name for you. Would you believe them? Would you forget your own name? The awareness of the body connected with the name that has been given to you at birth has become so firm and natural. If someone says this is not your name, whatever is there, we believe only that. We'll be firm. Do you forget your own name? So do you? Does anyone? Even if even the animals are given names, whether they name the dogs or whatever pets, that is cows, are tamed, so they give names to cows. So Baba says even animals also turn when the names are called. So the awareness of the body connected with the name that's been given to you at birth has become so firm and natural. If someone is calling someone with the same name as yours, he's not calling you, but calling someone with the same name as yours. As soon as you hear your name, your attention would go there, because you would think the person was calling you, because they are not, even though they don't call you, they are calling someone. But since your name was spoken or called, your attention naturally goes towards that person. So in the same way, just like the body consciousness has become so firm, similarly, just be firm in being soul conscious, in maintaining your self-respect, in being the master of yourself. We say that, Baba says, this is the very significant question. We say that our life has changed. What have you changed? That is from the body consciousness towards the soul consciousness. From the stage of body consciousness towards the self-respect, towards becoming the master of the self. So check, have I become an embodiment of the knowledge? Have I become the one who listens to this knowledge and just relate it to others? Baba just gives the powerful mirror for us to compare, where it is said that just look into the mirror of the heart. Knowledge means Gyan means knowledge. The practical form of this knowledge is said to be knowledge is light and might. To be an embodiment of the knowledge means whatever actions you perform, that will be filled with light and might. What do you call it? They will be accurate. This is known as being. Such actions will be light. The actions that are performed will be filled with light, might and accuracy. This is known as being the embodiment of the knowledge. Baba just explains the signs. When we become an embodiment, these signs would be visible. Don't become one who just speaks this knowledge, but become an embodiment of this knowledge. To be an embodiment of yoga means to be the conqueror of the physical organs, be the master of oneself over all your physical organs. This is known as yoga, that is a life that is yukti-yukt. If you are an embodiment of this knowledge and yoga, you will automatically be able to imbibe every virtue. Where there is this knowledge and yoga, you are yoga-yukt, and imbibing knowledge takes place automatically. Service will It will happen at every moment automatically. According to the time, you may serve the world through your mind, words, and actions, or with love in your relationships. Service will continue to take place continuously. Service also takes place in relationships and connections. For instance, in the Brahmin family, if a brother or a sister is little sad, a little dull in his or her effort, is under the influence of a sanskar, you would give zeal and enthusiasm, cooperation or love to the soul who is in your contact. That's the charity of service that you will accumulate in your account. That's the biggest charity. So if you just awaken the soul who is under the influence of the sanskar or who is in darkness or ignorance, so it's an act of charity to uplift someone who has fallen down. To serve your relations and contacts is the duty of a true server. It shouldn't be that the service is the only service that you receive or given to you. Those who have become an embodiment of service, they need not ask for service. If someone tells I'll do, the service happens automatically through their every breath. Let service itself continue to take place automatically with your thoughts, words, deeds, relationships, and connections. Many times, Bab Dada has seen in connection with others that some children see that someone's nature or sanskar is not what it should be. However, to have such thoughts, this one is like that anyways, he's never going to change, it's a waste of time to serve this one. So Baba says, is it right to have such thoughts? When you believe that you are those who will make the elements Sato Pradhan, you will change the elements. However, that one is a human soul. The one who calls himself a Brahmin is influenced by sanskars. You have issued a challenge to change the sanskars of elements. But that one is a being, a soul, someone who has a relationship with you. So a true server would definitely have good wishes to earn the charity of serving him. To say, when we can change the nature, can't you change the human souls? To say this one is like that anyways, he can never change. These aren't good wishes. These are the subtle feelings of dislike. If we have such thoughts for anyone, this will not change. So Baba says these aren't good wishes, but this is the subtle feelings of the dislike or hatred. Nevertheless, that one is also your brother or sister. At least he says, my Baba. So a true server would earn in their account of charity by having good wishes for even those who haven't served him. So you should have good wishes for even such souls. Just support such souls. Don't let them be like that. Don't push those who have fallen down even further. Uplift them. Someone falls, what do? We just extend our hand and we help them get up. Give your cooperation. This is known as being a true server, charitable soul. So check yourself. Do I have the smart zeal and enthusiasm for doing service? Just that we have done so many exhibitions, we have given so many lectures. So that's the real service, or do we uplift the ones who have fallen? Those who are under the influence of sanskars, do we have mercy and do we have the zeal and enthusiasm to liberate them from the influence of their sanskars? This is known as being an authority of experience. So how can we have the authority in each subject? Bab Dada now wants you to become an image of experience and to use your authority of experience. Those who will become an embodiment of experience in all four subjects will use the authority of experience, and those who will remove any weakness, those who will pay this much attention to themselves, raise your hands. Raise your hands, Baba is asking. We will do. If we don't do, who else can do? Baba, everyone is doing. Why can't we do? So when you say, and if we are not able to do, how can the new world come? Have you raised hand of your mind? Aren't you? Not just your physical hand, but the hand of your mind. Raise the hand of your mind, because Bab Dada will ask for the results on Shivratri. No one's sanskar of weakness should reduce the good wishes in your mind. Whosoever's weakness or the sanskar shouldn't affect the percentage of good wishes in our mind. That one sanskar is lack, but it is powerful enough to reduce your good wishes. What did have you understood? In fact, our good wishes should transform his sanskar. Now it's happening vice versa. His sanskars are affecting us. So it's reducing our good wishes about that soul in our mind. So Baba is asking whether your good wishes are powerful or whether that soul sanskar is powerful. What did Father Brahma not see? What did he not do? While being responsible, he departed in the end after giving everyone the teaching of 3 words of good and pure feelings. Good wishes and pure feelings. What were those? That is, of being incorporeal, egoless and viceless. You remember, Baba says, what did Baba not see? Or what did he not do? So you remember those, don't you? You remember 3 words, don't you? Himself became Avyakt with the stage of being incorporeal, egoless and viceless. He didn't give anyone the feeling that he was going through the suffering of karma. So Baba was so stable in that incorporeal stage, which didn't let Baba show that he was going through that stage. Did anyone understand that his suffering of karma was now finishing? What happened? He became Avyakt. Father Brahma demonstrated the blessing of being angelic. Follow Father Brahma. Since you say, my Baba, what does Father say? You are my children. So it's necessary to have such good wishes for each other in the family. Don't look at anyone's nature. Have you just saying my Baba isn't enough? This is my family. So we must have good wishes for each one in the family. This will not change. This one will not change. Don't have such hatred towards that soul. So Baba says, don't look at anyone's nature. The Father knows there is a conflict of natures. However, any conflict of nature shouldn't finish your love. It shouldn't finish the relationship. Baba knows the 5 fingers aren't, they don't have the same, because the kingdom is being established. Everyone's role is different. But by looking at one sanskar, we shouldn't, there should not be any difference in that love or unity. That's why Mama always explains, don't look at anyone's nature or sanskars. What that soul is trying to say, that you should understand. Sometimes the intentions are fantastic, but the ways that we adopt aren't good. You shouldn't disturb, just understand what the soul is trying to say. So the conflict of natures shouldn't finish your love. It shouldn't finish the relationship. It's not right that it would not let the task be successful. This is a family. Which family is it? Which family is it? It's God's family. That's called in Hindi Prabhu Parivar. Let there not be the lack of love here due to any reason. What more can be explained? Baba cannot slap you, right? He has explained so much. So Baba says, is that let anyone be of any kind. Baba says that soul is a member of that family. So when he is my brother or sister, should we have the hatred? Why should we hate? So Baba says, is that like that? Is it like that, or is love lacking? Let there definitely be love. That's good wishes. No matter someone is like, that's the God family. Baba says everyone is a member of God's family. You believe that you belong to God's family. So family means love. If there is no love in this family, it's not a family. This God's family, that is godly family, only exists at this one time. No one except God can have such a huge family. And that family can exist at this time. That's only of one Baba. So check, because even this causes an obstacle in your efforts. This is the biggest obstacle. The lack of love. We forget we belong to one. Only when you become free from obstacles will you become experienced and make others experienced with the authority of your experience. Achha. Seeing all the children everywhere, Bab Dada is pleased and is singing the song Wah Children Wah. In the heart of every child is the father, and in the heart of the father is every child. Baba is very sure. Does he not know whether we are such worthy children or not? So Baba just looks at that perfect and the complete stage. When we look at that imperfections or that incomplete stage, then we will not have good wishes. So Baba says, seeing this huge family, the residents of Madhuban, there is happiness. Vaha Baba Vaha. Madhuban is anyways the ashram for everyone, and this is why all of you are come running to Madhuban. So you quickly have to fulfill Father's hopes. You definitely have to become embodiments of experience in all 4 subjects. Seeing the children from this land and everywhere abroad sitting here, Bab Dada is pleased. Everyone is pleased to see all of these facilities, and how everyone is pleased. Even the science and all the inventions, they are progressing at this time. There are many new inventions of the world, but there are facilities for benefit. They are inventing very good inventions. They are doing that for our sake. Sometimes we have such thoughts. So if they had invented those inventions much more before, then our own brothers and sisters would have at least have the glimpse of Baba's meeting. So while being far away, you are together. Then congratulations to the scientists for having invented the facilities. Please accept lots and lots of love and remembrance from the heart to all of you children in this land and abroad. In particular, namaste to such spiritual children. And we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, namaste to the mother, father, and Bab Dada, who loves you children more than Baba. Today's blessing: may you become the form of an angel, and with the light of this knowledge make the path of effort very easy and clear. May you become the form of an angel, and with the light of this knowledge make the path of the effort very easy and clear. Both light and might are clearly visible in life of an angel. However, in order to become the form of the light and might, Baba says, in order to become the form of the light and might, you need to have the churning power and the power to tolerate. For your mind, you need to have the churning power. For your words and actions, you need to imbibe the power to tolerate. The words you speak and the actions you perform will then be according to these. So, what are the things required? So, to the extent you churn the knowledge, you will imbibe the power to tolerate, because when we go into the depth of the knowledge, we will have the power. So when you have both these powers, the path of clear will be easy and clear for everyone. When we have these two powers, then the path of effort will be easy and clear for everyone. Slogan: to speak wastefully is to disturb many others. We shouldn't get disturbed nor disturb others. We must promise ourselves. We shouldn't be disturbed nor will we disturb others. Let anyone do anything. Constantly experience an unshakable, immobile and constant stage. You children are the masters of the matter, and you have to continue to remain happy while seeing these games of matter. Even if matter creates upheaval or shows you beautiful games, in both situations, souls who are the masters of matter will observe those scenes as detached observers and enjoy them and will not become afraid. This is why Bab Dada is especially inspiring you to practice remaining unshakable and immobile on the seat of the stage of a detached observer with your tapasya. Baba says, when we are seated on the seat of the detached observer, then you will get the entertainment. So when we leave that seat, then we get affected by the scenes. Those who leave the seat of the detached observer, if someone is watching the match, when someone leaves the seat of a detached observer, if the one whom we prefer loses the match, then we get upset. How does it matter to you whether he loses or he wins? We should consider that as a game and just watch. Of course, this is the very highest stage. Om Shanti. There are announcements. All the summer surrendered and trial brothers and sisters are informed to go to Kamal Kunj at 10:30 a.m. and the evening meditation is at Dadiji's meeting hall. They are carrying out the road work. They are just digging that road, and whatever vehicles are parked during that way, that is from the floor mill, from the place where the floor mill is put to the gate number 5, till that between those 2 points, the vehicles are required to be removed and parked elsewhere. Today is the Avyakt Murli exam, and the exam begins at 5 p.m. You can check your names, which are displayed on the board placed outside the conference hall. Those who have registered your names will be allowed to enter. You shouldn't carry any of the murlis or the books. In case you get, you have to just deposit it at one place while writing the exam. If you get your mobiles, you must keep it in the silent mode. The duration of the exam is it's of one and a half hour. That is, it starts at 5:30 p.m. and ends by 7 p.m. There are 100 objective type questions where you have to choose the right option. today's Mother's Day. Just wish Santosh Didi ji and wish her, and let's express our gratitude and respect to her. Can we wave our hand and wish her? So we wish you Mother's Day, and we of course we wish Didi along with all dadis. Let's congratulate them. Om Shanti production team is going to launch the movie, that is, the title is Ma, that is Mother. You can just watch the trailer on YouTube after 9 a.m. Let's remember Baba for Let's remember Baba for 2 minutes. Let's listen to the teachings of respected Dadi Gulzarji. The Supreme Soul has given us the key of the firm determination. The firm determination is the key to success. You always carry this key. By using this, whether it's the task is Laukik or the divine or the related to personal effort, the moment you apply the key of determination, success inevitably follows. It simply can't be, because from our own experience we can say that wherever there is firm determination, success is always assured. There is no question of whether it will happen or not. Such questions don't arise. Success is guaranteed when there is determination, and that's what each one's experience is. Just keep this key with great care. Why? Because Maya very subtly attempts to steal the key of firm determination. So just safeguard the key of determination very well. The Maya can't take it away. Om Shanti.